WSBT TV is your hometown station. This is WSBT Eyewitness News, Night Shift.
Good evening. The announcement today was short, impersonal, and to the point. One entire division of Unaroyal is leaving.
Employees were notified by letter. Their jobs are moving elsewhere in the next 6 to 8 months. The Jessup Group, Unaroyal's owner, says it's all part of its restructuring plans. The Engineered Systems Division is moving to Magnolia, Arkansas, to American Fuel Cell Coated Fabrics, or AmFuel. Engineered Systems makes fuel cells for jet aircraft like the ones in the Persian Gulf. Most of the work is done for the Department of Defense.
People say that, right, they're making money, but they're not making enough money.
Mishawaka Mayor Robert Buter says one problem is the aging downtown plant. The other is the type of work done by Unaroyal's Engineered Systems.
Because it's labor-intensive, labor becomes an important factor, and I think that in addition to the plant, they feel that they can get cheaper labor in the South.
Buter says it may be cheaper labor, but not better. Still, he expects a year from now there will be little left of what once was the heart and soul of the city. The company won't confirm any numbers, but Buter says up to 275 jobs will go with Engineered Systems. More than 950 jobs will be lost before the Unaroyal pullout is complete in about a year and a half. The next fight for the city will be over the plant site, a problem with all the chemicals used there.
Certainly we're not going to let them leave us with a hazardous waste situation or a dump there. So, we will...
And that fight, Luke, could be a big one. Buter says what happened to Unaroyal was done with little regard for the city, and it's a classic case of high finance. First the buyout, then the pressure to pay off the debt service.
And of course, what about the employees, Cindy?
Their fight has just begun as well. Buter says about 200 workers are up for retirement. Now, what happens to their pensions and benefits isn't known and could change at the whim of the company. And by the way, Luke, only about a third of Unaroyal's employees actually live in Mishawaka, so this is going to affect surrounding communities as well.
It's a Michiana story. Thanks, Cindy. Here are the latest headlines from Operation Desert Storm. Allied forces overrun a Kuwaiti island and capture 51 Iraqi soldiers. A fourth U.S.-supplied Patriot missile battery is now in operation in Israel. More on the way. A Saudi Air Force pilot shoots down 2 Iraqi jets carrying bombs and Exocet missiles. And heavy bombing by Allied planes continues. The Iraqi Republican Guard is the main target. But the biggest story of the day appeared to be the liberation of the first bit of Kuwaiti soil from the Iraqis. U.S. officials report 51 Iraqis were taken prisoner on the Kuwaiti island and that an Iraqi minesweeper was sunk. The island lies 40 miles northeast of the Saudi Arabian border town of Khafji. The U.S. says the Iraqis were taken prisoner and 3 were killed in a battle with U.S. Navy forces against 2 Iraqi ships and Iraqi forces on the island. Also today, first pictures of a battered Baghdad. That war capital is now a place of rubble and ruin. The Pentagon says electricity and water supplies have been cut. Baghdad is a city now running low on emergency generators. And reports, too, that Iraq's second largest city, Basra, is under attack. Basra is headquarters for Kuwait operations by the Iraqis. Cindy?
We've seen many pictures coming from the Persian Gulf, but soon pictures will be sent there from Michiana. An estimated 1,000 people came to Kovaleski Stadium tonight for a photo session. The Penny Saver newspaper took the massive picture so folks can cut it out and send it to their loved ones in the Gulf. It was a visual way to show support for our troops.
I really think that everybody over there needs to say that we are really supporting them, and we are going to back them in whatever they do.
Day after day, it's war, 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 you know, and we need each other and to try to help in any way we can, the boys.
As soon as I heard it, I told everybody that I knew, and I said, oh, it's a good thing to go down there so everybody knows that we're supporting them down there, and they need that. They need the morale.
Organizers say they hope the effort shows that Americans will treat troops better than they did during the Vietnam War.
Well, the war has brought a boost in business to one Michigan company. Task Force Omega makes prisoner of war bracelets. Most of the orders that they've filed so far have been for relatives of Vietnam POWs. But the chairman of the company says the orders from friends and relatives of Iraq POWs are already picking up.
So when you put on a bracelet, whether it's for the men that are being held prisoner of war in Saudi Arabia or Iraq, you're not wearing the bracelet just for that individual. You're wearing it for all MIAs from all wars.
Want me to drive back?
The company started during Vietnam and so far has more than 4,000 requests for bracelets.
Police tonight are looking for two men they think may be responsible for two bank robberies on South Bend's south side. Now, the pair walked into the Standard Federal on Ireland Road today with handguns. One robber stood guard at the door while the other filled a bag with money. Police believe these are the same two men who robbed the First Interstate Bank on Miami back in October. The first suspect is described as a black male, about 5'8", 180 pounds. The second, a black male, also about 5'8" and about 200 pounds.
A serial shotgun killer is still on the loose in northwest Indiana, and the state wants to help see that he's caught. Governor Evan Bayh has asked the federal government for a $43,000 grant to help pay for the investigation. If it's approved, the money could start reaching the office in a few weeks. It's been more than a month since the last killing. Officials have looked into more than 2,800 tips.
Now, we have gone through a mountain of information. We've deleted an awful lot of people as possible suspects. Of course, there still are people out there that we originally had started with who are still what we're calling primary suspects.
As investigators whittle away suspects, the case remains a top priority. Well, if you want to get the weather first here are the 11 o'clock news, here's the place.
Here's Sam.
And it is cold out there. Partly cloudy skies, temperature at 6. Dew point at a very dry 1 degree below zero. Barometric pressure falling at 30 1/3 inches of mercury. Southwest wind at 6 miles per hour, making it feel like 2 below. We've picked up an inch of snow so far for the day, and possibly more on the way, developing late tomorrow afternoon into tomorrow night. Skies will become cloudy and temperatures in the teens. We'll talk more coming up.
Okay, Sam, and ahead on the night shift, the entire Michigan Senate feels the same way about a pay raise.
More American sailors ship off to open waters, but they don't know where they're headed.
And we'll hear what Lou has to say about the rocket blasting off to the pros.
For a limited time, your Ford dealer is offering the lowest rate ever on the all-new 1991 Ford Escort. Not 12, not 9, not even 6%. Right now, get 1.9% financing for 48 months on Escort.
That means when you buy any new Ford Escort in stock, you'll save hundreds before you make your best deal. And that beats any of the competition. But with low 1.9 financing for 48 months, the only place you'll have to drive is to your local Ford dealer today. Hurry, this offer positively ends January 31st.
Here it is, Mr. Leonard's 1990 inventory liquidation sale. Save 40 to 80% right now. These savings are genuine reductions on Mr. Leonard's regular inventory. Nothing held back. Everything must go. Visa, MasterCard, extended credit terms. Shop, compare, but don't miss out on the biggest values ever at Mr. Leonard Furs.
Eyewitness News salutes our men and women now serving in the Gulf.
Call this a hamburger. Call this hamburgers for two. Whoa, what's this?
Party time!
Okay, because from now on, this will buy you one of our original juicy hamburgers. This will buy you two. And this will buy you lots. The 49-cent hamburger. Stop in soon with your pennies, nickels, and dimes and pick up on our biggest change yet. The new Real Value menu. You'll love the change at McDonald's.
In partnership with Michiana, this is Ameritrust National Bank. Making a commitment to the economic development of northern Indiana and southern Michigan, Ameritrust continues to serve the people by providing the ways and means to build homes, businesses, and better lives. Having served Elkhart since 1842, Ameritrust has recently expanded into St. Joseph County and is proud to be a part of the community. With service you can bank on, Ameritrust is in partnership with Michiana.
Around our nation tonight, Michigan lawmakers put down a proposed pay raise.
And it wasn't even close. State senators voted 34-0 to reject the pay hike for top state elected officials. This vote puts added pressure on the House. They'll meet later this month and vote on the proposal. Both the House and the Senate must reject the pay package by the 1st of February. If not, the raise automatically goes into effect.
In Kansas, 2 F-16 fighters crashed during a training mission, killing one of the pilots. Both planes were from McConnell Air Force Base. Investigators from the base haven't said what caused the crash. crash. The Kansas Highway Patrol says it was told the planes collided in midair, but that's all they know. Both pilots apparently bailed out of their planes. Only one survived.
And down on the Florida coast, the USS Forrestal shoves off for a trip that could land it in the Persian Gulf. The aircraft carrier is set to take part in routine missions over the next few days, but its commander says they are all prepared to go to the Gulf if necessary. The Pentagon won't say if that's where they'll end up. Many on board the Forrestal say the longer the war, the better the chance they'll end up in the Gulf. Now, the troops in the Persian Gulf were given a show of support from the Indiana General Assembly today, and this time it's more than just words.
As Jim Shella tells us, it's something Hoosier troops can take to the bank.
Operation Desert Storm has stirred a mood of generosity in the Indiana House. Hoosier troops serving in the Persian Gulf wouldn't have to pay state income taxes under a resolution that was given easy passage.
The stories that we hear back here of the problems that the people are having, I think this is just one great uplift for our men and women.
Well, I think it's a very small gesture saying that we want you to be able to have one less worry.
The president has already exempted combat troops from paying federal taxes and provided for a 6-month extension on the filing deadline for their tax returns. The state exemption would have minimal impact on the current budget crisis, and this father of a GI says it will have the desired effect. Bob Spalyer's son is a Marine in Saudi Arabia who can expect to be notified soon of his coming benefit.
You know, it's kind of tough in the sand there, but I think if they know everybody's behind them, it makes it feel a lot better, and this gesture means we're behind them.
Legislation to make the tax exemption law will be offered later in the General Assembly.
Still to come on the night shift, Sam checks into the weekend, and Charlie has more on the rocket.
But first, Michiana speaks out on the war in the Gulf.
Well, I think the war is going, it's going pretty good. I think it's going to be a long battle because I don't think this guy's going to quit. You know, I think it'll be a good war, though.
You can't just run all over the country. If we're going to have a free world, we have to have, everyone has to abide by the laws and the rules.
Look into leasing in 91 and you'll see this Chevy Lumina 4-door for only $229 a month. For the same money, look into this Toyota Camry Deluxe. Or for only $289 a month, this S10 Blazer Tahoe. And all our option-loaded 91s. So look into leasing this year, this week, from Gates Chevy World in Toyota, downtown, where the deals are.
No cable in your area? $40, $50, or $60 a month for full-service cable? Get a satellite TV now with hundreds of channels for less than full-service cable. See Bob Superstore, your satellite superstore center. We do it all, install, service, and descramble. We'll be there when you need us. Stop in today or call Bob's for your free home site survey. Because we care, we guarantee your satisfaction. Bob Superstore, your satellite superstore center. Sample at Mayflower, South Bend.
Eyewitness News salutes our men and women now serving in the Gulf.
Pioneer brand 3241. Pioneer brand 3241. Sometimes it seems that life is a series of one more thing. One more deadline to meet. One more fight with the kids. One more dinner alone. One more sleepless night. If you feel that one more anything is more than you can handle, we can help. For confidential help, day or night, call Koala Hospital, 1-800-535-3950.
Well, out of the weather on a unsnowy night tonight.
For a change. But cold.
Yeah, boy, you're right.
You know, this could be the coldest night of the winter season thus far. Our coldest temperature so far this winter season in Michiana has been 3 below, and we're looking to tie that overnight tonight into tomorrow morning. So bundle up. And turn that electric blanket all the way up. Crank it up to high. 6 is our low temperature for the day. That's our current temperature. 17 was our daytime high at 3. Normally this time of the year, we'd expect a temperature spread from 15 to 30. The record low, 15 below. The record high, 64. Partly cloudy officially at 11 at the regional airport, observed by the National Weather Service. 6 degrees, humidity 72%, dew point at a very dry 1 below, which means probably your skin is dry and you'll have to add some lotion. 30 1/3 inches of mercury falling, the pressure, wind southwest at 6, producing a wind chill of 2 below. And in the past 24 hours, over an inch of snow. Satellite review over the past 8 hours across the midsection of the country does show the scattered lake effect clouds hanging on the lee sides of the lake. Here's this developing storm system in through the central plains. The satellite loop here is jumping around because up at 23,500 miles above the Earth's surface today, they adjusted the satellite picture, so that's why it's jumping all around. Nonetheless, the regional radar loop over the past 8 hours does show the snows beginning to move in through Nebraska and Kansas and Missouri and Iowa. This is the developing snow that we'll be seeing push in here sometime after 3 o'clock tomorrow afternoon in through Michiana. And it looks like some accumulations could occur. Our storm track over the next 36 hours does put that storm system beginning in Colorado into the central plains by tomorrow morning, into the mid-Mississippi Valley by late in the afternoon. A swath of 1 to 3 inches of snow possible, with some isolated amounts anywhere from 2 to 4, and in some cases up to around 6 inches of snow. And the air will be unstable as this small, compact, and powerful storm system pushes into the Midwest. Current weather map tonight does show an area of high pressure, a Canadian cold core high, centered right over the top of our part of the country. With clear skies and light winds and a fresh snow, we should fall to temperatures below 0. It's already 0 in Grand Rapids, 6 downtown, 6 Fort Wayne, 7 below Madison, and 3 up in Milwaukee. 4 degrees right now in the Windy City. So look for overnight lows tonight below 0 with clear skies. You may want to go out and start your car up in the morning. Let it warm up for 5-10 minutes before you head into work. Tomorrow's forecast map does show this storm center pushing into the Show Me State. Again, a swath of snow generally to the north is expected with it. The jet stream up at 35,000 feet, the polar jet, will be steering that low center into the southern Great Lakes. And I'm expecting the snow, again, possibly about 2 to 4 inches, to be from around Kalamazoo southward towards Indianapolis. That'll be where that snow band will be. But look for a pattern change possibly for next week. Below normal temperatures through about Wednesday, but then once we get into the latter part of next week, our medium range forecast charts, models tonight are showing and indicating that we may finally see some normal to above normal temperatures. It's been cold over the past couple of weeks. We're going to talk about that specific forecast, including the snowfall accumulations, coming up in just a few minutes.
What do you get when you come to Midas for brakes? Great value for the price and a job done right. When it comes to brakes, nobody beats Midas. Nobody.
Now, an American Classic is even better. Announcing a new 91 Dodge Caravan for only $13,311. And here's how. Air conditioning at no extra charge. A savings of $857. Add a $500 rebate. That's a total savings of $1,357. Get new safety features, too. Welcome home to the Family Value Dodge Caravan. Only at your Dodge dealer.
Get the Dodge Advantage at your Mid-America Dodge dealer.
Great carpet, $15. Cut it to $7.
Stain protected, a top seller. It's already reduced to $9.
Cut it again. Take it down to $5.88. Yes, our inventory's reached a crisis. New York Carpet World must act now. This classic stain-protected plush, 10 great colors, just $5.88. Hundreds more at savings just as big. Right now, padding's free, credit's free, and for the first time ever, rip-up of your old carpet's free. But we can't hold these sellout prices past Saturday night. Hurry to New York Carpet World.
Could be the coldest night of the winter season thus far in Michiana, with lows falling below 0. Skies should continue to clear. Light and variable winds, and with that fresh snow cover, watch out. Give yourself a few extra minutes in the morning to let that vehicle warm up. How about that? Becoming overcast tomorrow, then some snow developing late in the day. Highs still below normal, only in the teens with a southwest wind at 5 to 10. Then for tomorrow night, snow 2 to 4 inches if possible, generally from Michiana southward. Low could be as low as, say, 3 again tomorrow night, but looking for single digits again. So a chilly night tomorrow night. Then for Saturday, as we head into the weekend, things drying out with skies becoming partly sunny, but temperatures remaining below normal. And we'll show you those below normal temperatures through the middle of next week with the 7-day forecast, plus an optimistic above normal temperature or 2 at the end of next week with the 7-day.
A little bit of everything for us tonight, huh? Just stay tuned, right?
Hey, yeah, stay tuned because you're going to hear from Lou.
That's right. In Cleveland tonight, we'll get his thoughts on Rocket's departure, plus Concord and Warsaw will have a preview.
Skylark is America's new symbol of quality. And now with special limited time factory incentives, Skylark is sticker priced from just $10,120. Of course, add air conditioning, automatic transmission, AM/FM stereo, and the price jumps to $10,120. Add all these performance features and the price leaps to $10,120. Now add these luxury features, and can you believe it? $10,120. But hurry, this price is for a limited time. See your Better Buick dealer now.
Change is coming, it's understood, happening all over my neighborhood. I'm never gonna call for anything less, gonna change for the better, change for the better.
Call Pizza Hut Delivery now for the pepperoni pizza deal. Get as many medium pepperoni pizzas as you want for just $5.99 each.
Cause we change for the better, change for the better. Pizza Hut Delivery, making it great.
Pizza Hut Delivery is available in many areas of Southwest Michigan.
We went to an authentic German baker to bring you the best strudel.
Guten Morgen.
Presenting Pillsbury Toaster Strudel breakfast pastry.
Fun den Freezer.
Delicate strudel, bursting with juicy fruit flavors. You just warm.
Und Eisen on den Toppen.
16 layers of flaky, delicate pastry that's so delicious.
Ich sag lieber, I mean, nothing says lovin' like my toaster strudel.
See this VCR? Every day Highland will have a smashing low price on it. Because every day Highland has undercover operatives like Al here, monitoring our competitors' prices. Right, Al?
That's right. Right now, we're checking the competition to make sure this RCA remote VHS video recorder for $199 is the best deal around.
You ready to go in the field, Al?
Yeah, but I could use more formula.
Of course.
Highland, the store that's impossible to beat. Rocket Ismail made it official today. He is leaving Notre Dame early to enter the NFL draft. It's an opportunity he cannot afford to pass up, as he will be one of the first picks and signed for millions. Lou Holtz is in Cleveland tonight. He talked about Rocket's liftoff.
Rocket said you go to college, put yourself in position to get the best job possible, and it'd be difficult to duplicate what seems to be in store for him. He's happy with his decision. We're happy for him. He assures me he will want to get his degree, and that's our major concern at the present time.
The Rocket said his decision wasn't made overnight. It was one he wrestled with until the heartbreaking death of Chris Zorch's mother. That made him decide he wanted to do something for his own mother and family.
It's something that made me realize that things in life don't always happen the way you expect them to. Hey, what if the people that you want to do something for aren't there next year? It really crushed me.
Rocket's teammates hate to see him leave, but they can see where he's coming from in his decision.
Actually, I'm not really surprised because with that type of offer, you know, it'd be almost insane not to take it.
Question is, what's in store for the Irish now that Rocket is gone?
We lose so many athletes. The schedule's very difficult. This will probably be one of the more demanding years, but you know, I'm not allowed to say anything along that line because you people in the news media have a tendency to blow it out of proportion.
All right, basketball. The Hoosiers were out to bounce back from that tough loss to Ohio State. Played a rebuilding Michigan club in Ann Arbor. And our good buddy Steve Fisher here watching Greg Graham cut inside for the score. Hoosiers played without Damon, who has a bruised left thigh. Michigan played them tough tonight. Demetrius Caleb, 21, including the Dr. J reverse, had him fired up in Ann Arbor. Bob Knight a little concerned. He knew his team had more manpower, but when Kirk Taylor scored here on the break, it was 24-22 Michigan, but they just couldn't keep up with the Hoosiers. Eric Anderson with a miss, but Graham will steal it and put it in. Calbert Cheney had 17 as the Hoosiers won at 70-60. so they are 17-2. How about Ohio State, ranked 4th in the country at Minnesota? Minnesota going for the upset. Lynch with the jumper, but Jim Jackson, the outstanding sophomore, comes back and sticks it. He was killing the Hoosiers the other night. He's killing the Gophers tonight. Jamal Brown here with the jumper. Ohio State wins it by 10, 80-70, the final. Checking the board. A couple of scores to pass on. Butler wins. Lance is happy in Southern Miss. That's a final. They beat Louisville in that ball game by 3 points at Louisville. Well, the Chicago Cubs caravan made a stop in South Bend tonight at St. Hedwig's. A lot of super fans turned out for a fun evening. Everybody excited about the Cubs signing George Bell, Danny Jackson, and Dave Smith.
Of all the things that we've done during the 6 years that I've been there, I don't think that anything has generated the excitement as signing these 3 free agents has done.
You know, they went out and got 2 free agent pitchers that I don't face before, and they tough pitchers, and if they can pitch the way they're capable of pitching, our pitching staff is going to be tough.
Well, some big high school games tomorrow night. Elston at Washington, Clay versus Elkhart Memorial, and Concord at Warsaw. Everybody and their brother will be at that game. Dean Huppert has a preview.
Warsaw Concord, most likely the NLC title on the line, 11-0 versus 11-1. Last year they called it the showdown, number 1 versus number 3, but it turned out to be the blowout.
That's one reason why I think most that they want to beat us from last year, because they were number 1 and we embarrassed them. And I think that'll have a lot of effect in how the game goes.
We really tried to put that out of our mind because that was more like a nightmare than anything else. So that was part of us, but also that was last year too, and that's over with. So
the Minutemen have won 43 straight regular season games, but they know number 44 won't come easy.
The last couple of weeks we've been picking it up in practice, and that's what's going to have to win it for us, is our defense. Because, you know, like last year we didn't have the big man in the middle or anything, so and this year we don't, so we're going to have to play even better defense than we did last year if we want to win.
Concord shouldn't expect any Hoosier hospitality when they come over to Warsaw, more like Hoosier hysteria. The Tigers remember last year over at McEwen, and this time they hope their 6th man can come into play.
yeah, there's a lot of talk around school about beating Concord and getting as many as my friends to come to the game.
Playing in their new gym, so far every Tiger team has won at home. That started with the varsity volleyball team. Now it's carried through to basketball. Freshman, JV, varsity, boys, and girls.
We hope to sell it out for the very first time, and it would be a nice game to have it sold out for against the Concord game.
We'll be there with pregame interviews and, of course, plenty of highlights. Dean Huppert, Eyewitness Sports.
I'm looking forward to tomorrow night. Some really good games in the area. That Washington-Elston game is going to be something.
Oh, yeah. Just be careful. Don't blow it out of proportion.
We won't.
You know how you do.
We've been informed.
Sam will be right back with a 7-day forecast.
Stay there.
Edna and Earl back in your TV for the Blue Ribbon Chevy dealer's biggest sales event of the year.
Right, Edna. They want to sell every vegetable in stock this month so they won't have to pay taxes.
Taxes, Earl? That means they'll be dealing like the Dickens with S10 pickups for just $78.32 and Cavaliers for just $8,050.
So make hay before the cows come home and see your Blue Ribbon Chevy dealer by March 1st.
Earl, we need to have you checked.
There's no telling when the hungries are going to hit, so stock up with great late-night food from Martin Supermarkets.
Like Seifert's La Famous Tortilla Chips. You'll love the price. 2 big bags for $3. The perfect cheese for snacks and sandwiches. Kraft American Singles, only $1.49 this week. And delicious Red Baron Pizza, sausage or pepperoni, 2 for just $6.
So before the hungries hit, shop Martin's.
Martin Supermarkets, count on us.
How often have you bundled up the kids and rushed off to a sale to find out that this is all that's on sale? Well, not at the National Home Appliance Sale at Sears Brand Central. It's America's largest appliance sale with virtually every major brand on sale. Oh, right now, this huge LXI 27-inch MTS stereo TV with built-in speaker baffles is just $499.99. Wow. But only through Saturday at Sears Brand Central. So hurry, cuz, well, you get the picture.
They're back.
This just in, Roland. Jack and Rob are back. Repeating, Jack and Rob are back to mornings on Sunny 101.5 FM.
That's right. Jack and Rob are back to mornings on Sunny 101.5 FM. The best music from the 60s, 70s, 80s, and today. Plus, Jack and Rob together again on Sunny.
Beep, beep, bye, bye, bo, bo, bum. Look at mine now. Here she comes.
All right, let's go to Sam now and check out that variety of elements. Huh?
Here it is, a variety of elements. Some sun in the morning early, then increasing clouds, snow overnight, accumulations possible, another threat of snow for Sunday, another threat of snow for Tuesday in the forecast, and check out the temperatures. Below normal through the middle of next week, generally in the 20s, and then by Thursday into Friday of next week, possibly above normal. I kind of like that into February.
I like threat of snow, you know, a possibility of snow. Right?
You'd rather hear that. All right,
Sure,
possibility.
Yeah. Charlie, no updates tonight, right?
Well, we did. I got one.
Right.
St. Francis beat Bethel by 1.
Oh,
I had an update.
Yeah, you had an update.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Hey, that's it for the night shift. Thanks for joining us.
If you see news happening, call us at 232 News. Good night.
Good night.
When your world is changing, you need to know. When your world is changing, turn to Team Eyewitness News on WSBT TV. As war threatened in the Persian Gulf this fall, Team Eyewitness News was first to bring the story home, exploring its impact on your life. And when fighting finally began, we were the only station with round-the-clock local coverage during those first anxious hours. When your world is changing, you need to know. Turn to Team Eyewitness News on WSBT TV. The best team, the best news.
Just when you need it most, get help from your Chrysler Plymouth dealers. You need low financing, rebates, super trade-in values, and low monthly payments? You got it. You need a great cash deal? You got it. Your Chrysler Plymouth dealers are ready to do whatever it takes to put you in the car of your dreams. With 770 protection and driver's airbags, we've got everything you need. So don't miss this opportunity, because now you have all the advantages except time.
Call this a hamburger. Call this hamburgers for 2. Whoa, what's this?
Party time!
Okay, because from now on, this will buy you one of our original juicy hamburgers. This will buy you 2. And this will buy you lots. The 49-cent hamburger. Stop in soon with your pennies, nickels, and dimes and pick up on our biggest change yet. The new Real Value menu. You'll love the change at McDonald's.